My name is Sureka Goringe. I have a PhD in material science. The subject of my PhD was the development of high-temperature composite materials for industrial use. Why I chose to do this area of research was because my undergraduate degree had been in material science and I was interested in postgraduate research that had industrial applicability, and there was a sponsorship available for this PhD area from an industrial sponsor. So the outcome of my PhD research was a patent for a formulation of cement that could be used for high temperature purposes. But as it happened, the company that patented it, in the end, proceeded not to develop it any further or commercialize it because their market interests changed and they weren't interested in that product anymore. However, the underlying research that explored the chemistry and identified different ways in which the reaction kinetics could be modified is still part of the broader understanding of that series of compounds. So I feel that the importance of doing authentic science and being really honest about your results and making them publicly available is vital, because as a scientist, you are always a part of a much larger whole, that all of the bits of work that we do contribute to a wider body of knowledge. And it's really important that even if we contribute only a small bit, that bit is reliable and trustworthy so that other people can use it when they're exploring new things in the future. So the importance of keeping a really good logbook and writing down results is, first and foremost, the human memory is quite fallible. So your ability to remember exactly what you observed or exactly what you did can be extremely weak, even just a few weeks after you've done an experiment, and definitely unreliable when you're writing up 2 or 3 years later. So to pay close attention to what you're doing and what you're observing and writing them down in a dated logbook, which documents what the sequence of your experiments is really vital to making sure that your analysis and your assessments are true and correct later. In my case, because I was doing work with an industrial sponsor who was interested in the commercial outcomes, it was also important because any patent applications would hark back to documentation proving that I had done the things that I said I had done and observed the things that I had. So it was doubly important in my case as well. Even when the results that you're getting in your experiments are quite surprising, and in my case, not the direction in which I was trying to go. So having to be really upfront about the fact that I had successfully made water-soluble cements which were totally counter to the direction I was trying to push the chemistry in. But it's quite important because in developing an understanding of the compounds that I was working with, knowing what doors lead to unhelpful properties is as important as knowing what doors lead to helpful ones, because then you don't waste time pursuing lines of research. So it was quite important to document the failed experiments as well. Most of my career has been in industrial research and R&D, though that's not actually what I do now. I'm the CEO of an international aid agency, quite different from being a material scientist.